yeah, so no, exactly that. And in terms of fastest through segments, you're never going to get fastest through if you're first across, because first across means you've come out of the draft to get first over the line, yeah? Whereas somebody who's continually in the draft or something, even when they go through the line, is still being drawn through, will probably go faster. And there's twice as many points for first across the line, for fastest time segment. You get 20 for being number one. And first across the line you only get 10. So in some ways, holding back and getting the draft through once at least might be worth it. But you can actually go through fastest time segment twice and get 2 of the top 10 points. And I got 2 of the top 10 points 2 races ago. So we know that can be done. Anybody notice my new cap? That's the Taller Zwift one. I'm just coming past Mark now and you'll see it. I know he's way up at that. Hi Paul. Yeah, I mean I can see the squash frog bike. Yeah, they're not as good as they used to be, but if you went for a really light bike, if you went for Tarmac Pro and Marlinsteins, you'd be great up the hills, but you'd get dropped on the downhills. Well, there's a choice between the Tron or the S-Works Venge with the disc wheels, and that would be slower up the hills and faster on the flats. And well, the report says either the Tron or the S-Works Venge with disc wheels returns exactly the same time, but one is faster up the hills and slow on the flat, and the other one's the opposite. So you've got to decide whether you're fast enough at the hills anyway, or whether you're fast enough on the flats anyway. Yes. Yes, air road, and there are wheels that are nearly as good that bridge the gap between the Tron and the discs. Seven 7.8 I think is the one that they recommend, but 7.8, yeah. I appear to have completed the Mount Everest challenge. I thought I'd done it a long time ago because, you know, I've been up the Alp, what, 30-40 times. Yeah. Now I think that buggies with that's weird. Well, the Wi-Fi. Good. Well, my iPad is, I'm not using it, I use it at the PC so I can use OBS and stream. But my iPad was always good, and it's only 13.4, it won't go any higher. Because it's 8 years old, and Apple won't give it any more upgrades. This is a pain. And it still runs it well. It's down to the graphics capabilities, not upload speeds or anything. Oh, that's a bit of a pain. See, you can download it from here if you can find the file on your companion. You can take the file and reload it up to Strava. Yeah, if that's, you know, if you want to have a copy of it, then do it that way. Yeah. Huh. Mine's not super tucking because I'm just still pedalling to warm my legs up. I heard a rumour the other day that super tuck's linked into rider weight as well. So the lighter I go, the harder it is to super tuck. You'd have thought that I'd fit on the bike easier, you know? Yeah. Yeah, that's it, Steve. The lighter you are, the harder. Well, you'd have to hit it and immediately come out again. Well, we'll try it later. No. Yeah. I always do that with a bike switch, yeah. The other thing I can do on the kicker bike, and Mark can do, is we can actually brake the flywheel. Use it left. No, but I've tried it. I've tried it. And okay, we've got a hill coming, a downhill coming, and I am going to try braking and see if I go straighter into super tuck. Because we get to the top of this and we got the zigzaggy, really steep downhill. No. Yeah. Really, you should be there should be a button, and it says super tuck, and you should be able to hit it and go straight into it. Well, I'm just thinking, like you told me, spacebar triggers the power-ups, which is wonderful. So we're doing 57, 58k, and I'm braking the flywheel, and I'm still not in super tuck. There we go. And pedaling again. I couldn't see any difference then, to be honest, with the braking. Yeah. I think if you were coming at a pairing in a start screen in a waiting in the pen, then stopping the flywheel might be a sensible thing to avoid creeping over the line or something. I can only see 7 on the screen and 7 on the ride assist. No, that's 6.2 kilometers to You're sounding so innocent there. I know you meant it all along. Well, that was difficult on, as we discussed, trying to work out what to do with just about 3.2k to go. But again, apologies, Marky, for asking Alex to leave you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I did. I had to fall back, and then I did that 1 minute sprint effort, and the guys were sitting there, sat up almost, not bothering, because they thought I was no point, they couldn't change my time. And then they were 100 meters or more ahead of me, the streams there, you can see how far ahead they are. And then I sort of shot past them, and I remember hearing the screams and what? Stuff like that. But I mean, Alex got within a second of me, so I think they did get the draft, which is what I was trying to do. So the bottom of this descent, you go around this corner. The bottom of the descent is where you want to be, near the front, because you've got the KOM just around the corner. You can see the left hand corner at the end there. But somebody said that there's a flatter bit in the middle on one of the videos. So do we want to hang around for Rich to catch us up? Alright, well, yeah. As long as you don't tuck off. I always think of Super Ted. I'm not kidding myself up here. I need my legs on Tuesday. Yeah, in comparison, I'm sure it feels great. It's actually approached the mini roundabout then, isn't it? Oh, he's trying so hard. Okay, that's fair enough. I just looked up a ride from last week. I've just tucked up behind Martin, and we're super tucking down. So I did the kicker bike maintenance yesterday. Yeah, all the torque, the torque settings and stuff. Yeah, but I couldn't do the main big one across the bottom that holds the entire upright bit to the entire flat bit. So I've emailed support and said, isn't this the most important bolt, and why haven't you told us what the torque setting on it is? I'll let you know what, yeah. You're 4.8 watts a kilo, if that's rich. Yeah. Can you leave it all connected? Leave it all connected until Tuesday, and yeah, well, you're coming at 19 seconds back, 18, 17. Well, I'm recording this, Rich, so I'll just say that you're saying you've been at this 4.8 watts a kilo for quite some time and you're not pedalling. So I'll wait. No, the reason, no, don't do anything yet. I want it on video, and they can't hear what you're saying. So here he goes, and your feet are still. Well, yeah, but you'll be able to take that one if you want to report it on to Swift or whatever. You'll be able to take my video. Yes, and it's come back again. So for the microphone that nobody else can hear but my microphone, Rich unplugged the power from the back of the bike, and the power dropped to 0 on screen on the right here. He's plugged it back in. It's gone back to 4.8 watts a kilo, but he wasn't pedaling. Unplugging again now. Gone back to 0 on screen. Plugging it back in. And it's back at 4.8 watts a kilo. what I can do is I'll edit this section out and stick it as a YouTube link, purely with this little bit with me talking and not hearing anybody else say anything, of course. Well, your power has gone back to 0. Yeah. Now, yeah, much more normal now than 1.1. Yeah. You still get the reference. Well, you're 48 seconds ahead of me, Mark, some leader. How many laps have we got on Tuesday? Hello, Mr. Wilson. He's not come on Discord yet. Is it 2 laps or 3 laps on Tuesday, please? Okay. So well under the hour then. He said 43 to 45 and a half for C's, and I looked it up and I'd done a 46 or something. It was the time I did the first lap quite fast and I got dumped out. And towards the end, Mark, you remember that I was on my own. And they all came thundering down. Yeah, they all came thundering down the hill. And some got past me, even with a 12 or 13 second lead at the top of the hill. Think about it. I was out of the points anyway, so. Indeed. Yep. Well, I'm waiting for you, of course. Rich, you caught up to the group of us, but Mark was quite a way ahead at the time. Yeah. I'm just doing 2 watts a kilo on ish. Ha Trouble is, the software will pick that up. They will pick up the 4.8, and you can only do, well, I can only do that for about a minute or less. That's good going. No, I won't worry about it. Because what I will say, I'll repeat what I was thinking. This is a meetup, and meetups don't go on to Swift Power anyway. Not in a power measuring. Your fault. Which it probably is. Remember, he's still got 2 laps to go. Well, you get the screen with all the black screen with all the things, but nothing in the middle. Yeah, you have to select a source. No, source will be things like screen capture. You have to have a screen running, so you have Swift running in the background, and then you have that one on. Click. Oh, well, that's how. Yeah, but if it. Yeah. You've got to be careful. You mustn't be clicking around when you've got it on screen. You have to minimise it or go on to Swift or something. I've got it running now, but I've got it minimised, because that means that my graphics card doesn't have to do the rendering for it. And that's, I mean, I've got a less than a year old high-end HP, so you know, it's i7 6-core and all the rest of it, but save it wherever you can. I must admit, I got to play, and I got to work out how I got Swift on, because that was 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I forget things within a week. No, yes, that's what I had to do. Yeah, if you right click in settings on a PC, you get a full screen or a minimalised option. When I found, yes, and that's why it's not showing. You have to have it, and I got it showing full screen, but in the top right hand corner there's a square, which means it's actually minimalised, and I've stretched the edges for it to fit the screen. There. I'm just gonna, for what it's worth, I'm gonna click, go into menu, go into settings, and yeah, there's a, just underneath trainer difficulty, there's a screen mode, and it says full screen or windowed. Do the windowed, and I think that's probably, hopefully that's where it comes. If you watch the video when I put it up later, that's around 16.2K on my, I call it the letterbox, the thing at the top. I'm not actually breathing hard. I think I may have done. Remind me what they said, please. Yeah. 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 All right. So you putting it in. No, putting it in my words. As long as there's two of you, you get past the guy in front, and then the guy in second place doesn't do anything, and the guy at the front takes off. And that then creates the gap. Yeah. Yeah. I know going up that KOM in Innsbruck at the end, the after party bit, I was kind of chasing Paul and not too hard, because I couldn't see the point of killing myself to catch Paul when we're going to get the same points anyway. He's in the team, it's a team event. So yeah, so I used him as a carrot to get me away from those around me. But and come back at 4.3 and gone again. Ah. Yeah, when you came back, it came back at 4.3 just for a moment. Just a comment that some of you may not have realised. When you're riding in a group and you're on somebody's wheel, have a look at their WKG and yours and compare them. And this came from that training video, the coaching video with the girls the other night. And she said, if the guy in front of you is doing 3.0 and you're doing 3.2, you still stay behind him, or 3.3, you still stay behind him. So you have to be aware. And if he's doing 3.0, you want to get to 2.9 or 2.8. Otherwise, you're wasting 1.2, 0.3, 0.4, whatever of a watt, wearing yourself out. When in fact sticky draft will keep you there anyway, because the extra, the 0.3 or 0.4 extra isn't enough to get you by them. And that's where you get to the end of the race and you find you've only averaged 3.0 instead of 3.1, and it's probably more to do with careful reduction of your power whenever you can than you've lost a bit because you're not so fit. You can practice that on group rides, and you don't have to be doing, you know, high-end power. You can be doing, for us, say 2 watts a kilo, and watching the effects on everybody else of how the sticky draft catches you or not. I'm sorry to repeat that a few times, but it took me a long time to get hold of it, and there's always somebody new along who may or may not have got it. Right, that's me finished then, 2 laps. No, I've only just come down the steep so, he didn't appear, no. You could just type Nick Discord, please. I think you have to drag it up and set the phone at, if it's an iPhone, you set it at drop screen, end screen never. You know, and or you can have it 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes before it automatically kills itself. But trust me, change it from never after the race, otherwise your phone goes dead. Yeah, well, I'm running Companion on my iPad and the rest of it's running off the PC. So the iPad's in front of me on my little table where I've got my hands like a preacher, sitting upright. And then I'm on the ECC section, clicked on Meetup Banter, and then I've dragged it up so everybody is showing, and I leave it like that. Yeah. Yeah, the other thing is, I mean, in ENGrybirds on Thursday, we went back to a lot more talking, and so it's Mikey on the front, and then somebody else has to claim second, and when you claim second, everybody hears it and they know what colour cap you're in, and then they don't keep easing alongside you and sticky drafting you and competing in the bunch. Then the person on the front calls when you're ending, but it worked for a while, but you get 3/4 of the way through. I think, Mark, didn't we run one of these where we had a set order and we stuck to it pretty good all the way through, and that was excellent. Yeah. Well, when you've got 3 Bs, and well, the funny thing is, when I looked on the WTRL site and opened up ENGrybirds, it showed us as 3 Bs, 2 Cs and 3 Ds, and they had Mark, they had Rich and Martin and David as Ds in yellow, but they are Cs. Sometime it wasn't immediately, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I knew that they were C's because I print off the page from Zwift Power having searched to ENGRY. No, you didn't. And then I put it in paint and enlarged the middle bit, and then pin it on the curtain beside me. Well, my mate Oliver Isles, who came in and waltzed up to A standard, has been put back to B. We had a long chat yesterday, and he's got Rowan King or Rowan Knight, whatever they are, training Monday and Wednesday, but he may well come along on the Thursday, and having a B who has just dropped back from A by a fraction might well be pretty good. If yeah, but nobody will talk to you. No cues behind you. I put up some pictures for the fronts of the videos. A couple of me standing at AUK ceremonies holding trophies from various years in the past. And if you look carefully at one of them, I'm wearing the Live Strong kit and the yellow band, and I cried for days because I always thought that he was a good guy and he was being attacked by the others who didn't like him. But I was wrong. But Live Strong, sorry. I mean, he was a hell of a cyclist anyway. That's the annoying bit. Yeah. He certainly upset me. But then again, you know, he was my hero. I was going to be like Lance, and I won 6 UK championships. So, what can I say? And to be able to ride 60 hours a week, every week, 52 weeks a year. And then the other day and a half to 2 days planning your GPS routes, looking for shortcuts, long cuts that avoid the climbing. Yeah. No. Partly because I'm at 196 watts, and if I hit 200 they'll upgrade me, and partly because I like the sprinting. It seems to be my forte, and if I could get my short power up, then I can win all the FALs. No, well, that's true. I've kind of got that long ride engine in there anyway. But with so many races, at least 2 or 3 hard ones a week, and then do some intervals at some point. Well, I said I'd do a Fondo this month, so it's 100k. But you're right. And we got it, and the Tuesdays is TTT as well, isn't it? Yeah, so that might be a good time to do it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I find the team time trials a bit easier than the scratch races. Well, I'm thinking a Tuesday night though, if it's ZRL, it's all C's, and if we do it on a 30 seconds or a minute on the front, then I don't get the same overall high wattage. And if I do, the team breaks up, which yeah, and yeah, well, if Oliver does come in, I'm in two minds, because if he comes into a ENGrybirds, then I've got 3 C's that have been working, 3 B's who've been working very hard for weeks now, and I don't think I should abandon them just because my mate comes in. But you can bet that Adrian will probably nick him and stick him in engage and run, and they'll run away from us. Yeah. Yes. Good spot. Yes, we did. That's what happened last time, because we had we were second. Well, we had the bees. Bees were 30 seconds behind us, weren't they? Yeah. Well, isn't it the smiling? Sorry, the smiling Kirschmeyer smiling bees. I thought they started 30 seconds behind us. Well, maybe I mixed up. Not an unusual thing. Yes. Yeah. Or the end of the world to look at. Yeah. Which course is it? Reverse Watopia. Oh yeah, yeah. The glass roads in the sky, yeah. Well, I've still got 3.2 to go. And this sprint, we didn't mention it, the sprint was 3.2 to go. Because it's the only sprint with a start and a finish, so that must be where the preem intermediate is. Well, Marky, you know I call you Mr. Dependable. That Thursday was the first time I can remember you never finishing with the group, and it was because you put more effort in on the way, of course. Yeah. Well, I mean, I technically got dropped on the last climb for a while. Yeah. Yeah. What I've been doing is I've been switching 2 or 3 gears heavier and getting out the saddle, and then not pushing too hard, but with body weight I can get to 4 watts a kilo, and my heart rate starts to climb, but I can do it for a minute or so, and that gets me past it with enough gap to not get sticky drafted. So you probably got sticky drafted to death because the people you're trying to overtake are also putting out a bit more power than they normally do because of the hill. Yeah. And that's why I go out of the saddle and hit the 4 watts a kilo, heavy gear, slow tromp, 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 because I keep that speed up. And I think the software or the algorithms or whatever does it can pick out that I don't want to sticky draft to them, and it just lets me waft by without having to do any specific extra efforts for the individuals. Give it a try sometime. Your heart rate goes up, but you're going a lot faster and you don't get caught over and over. That's probably famous last words, but the place to practice that's on the Innsbruck ring with the leg snap. Not on a race or anything, just on any group ride. And it's only about a minute for the climb, so it kind of fits in with a rising heart rate. Yeah, done it. I see Carl did all 3 Tour de Zwift 6. One at 8 o'clock, one at 9 o'clock and one at 10 o'clock. Brilliant. Oh, Rich, I should mention that Carl Dillo, he's the guy who knows far more about OBS, etc. Yeah, yeah. Huh. Yeah. Well, what Carl offered to do Zoom or something, and you hold a camera and you can see what's up, and then he can tell you, or you might just talk to him like this on Discord while you're sat at your desks, and he can sort of tell you what can you see and what does such and such say. Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't do anything like that. All I did was to get the screen capture, web capture, and so on. I think desktop is referring to the blank OBS screen, not your PC desktop. Remember we said you could do it now actually. Click the screen, click menu, click settings on the right. Underneath, yeah, click windowed. And then exit and go back. That might be all you need. When you get, you have to be then, you can, yeah, because, but as you in the top right hand corner you've got the minus sign, the square and the X. Yeah. No, you've done it right. I think it's a matter of you've got to get there at some point and minimise it to just under full screen size.